everybody, Donna back today with some thank you cards. We're not going to make 2 cards today, we're actually going to make 4, but they're going to be the same kind of card, so it's sort of like mass producing some thank you cards. This has also got a little holder with it, which is kind of nice. It's a good hostess gift. As the holiday season gets near, you can do this. You also can do this with a hello stamp instead of a thank you stamp, and they're nice little sets of note cards that you can give to someone. The secret of this, the important thing is that you need double-sided paper. This is a single sheet of double-sided paper, and I'll be honest, I can't tell you where it came from. And I'm going to start by cutting this at 8 inches. And then I'm going to score it at 2.5 inches. And we're going to put the 8-inch side at the top while we're scoring. And I've dropped my scoring tools out of here, so I'm going to use my regular bone folder. So we're going to go to 2.5. This is nice thick paper. Okay, so now that that's scored, we're going to fold it up on the score line, give it a nice burnishing. And then we're going to fold it in half. Okay, so what we've done is we cut it to 8, scored it at 2.5, folded the 2.5 up, and then folded it in half. And see, it's made a little holder here. And how we hold it together is by using the crocodile and putting a hole on either end. Oh dear, I hate it when these things get stuck in there, because then you can't see where you're punching. Okay, sorry. Now hold on either end, and we'll set a grommet in each end. Excuse my reach, but I had to put them somewhere where I wouldn't knock them on the floor. Okay, so there we have the little holder, and the grommets are holding the pockets closed. Okay, so now you want to take a piece of ribbon, and I usually use something like a chiffon ribbon. It's just easier to thread. And I'm going to attempt, she says, to thread it through this grommet. Now, you can do it one of 2 ways. You can wrap this around and then thread it through the grommet again on this side, or you can tie a knot, cut it in 2 and tie a knot inside. It's kind of pretty with it wrapped around. It makes a little bit more design. So I think I'll do it that way. Cut this down. So I'm going to wrap it around, and I'm going to come back in again. And you really don't need to put any glue or anything there. It will hold it. Alright, so now when our cards are done, we're going to put them in the holder and we're going to tie a nice little bow. I'm just going to give myself a little extra. So let's go on and put this to the side for now and work on the cards. And as I said, we're going to make 4 cards. And so I have 4 pieces of cardstock cut for A2 size cards. And I'm going to score this at 4 1/4. On all of them. A little bit of thunder going on outside. Not unusual for Southwest Florida in the summertime. Okay, now we'll just fold these up. Trying to get my edges straight with my fat bone folder. I may not have been totally in the line. These really make a cute little set that you can use as a craft show item too, if you'd like. I like the idea of using a hello stamp, and I'll show you some that I did with that a little bit later. But we're doing thank you notes today, so we're going to use a thank you stamp. Okay, so now I have this piece of paper left. And what I'm going to do is cut this down to 5 1/2 because that is sorry, backwards. That is the height of my card. So let's just do a 5 1/2. And I'll need 2, I think, so we're going to do another 5 1/2. Okay. Now I'm going to make them 1 3/4, just enough to kind of make a little design. Okay, I get 2 out of this one and 2 out of the other one. Okay, a 1 3/4. Whoops. And 1 3/4. And you see, I've just about used up that whole sheet of paper. I have this much left over. Okay, that's all the cutting I've done because I did some cutting ahead of time. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to put this piece of pink right over here on the edge. This is the opening edge. We're going to put this piece here, and I think the quickest way, if this is going to work, I just loaded this, so let's hope it works, is to use the ATG. Line up the corner on the bottom, line up the bottom, and right up this side. Okay, we'll do that 3 more times. Finger stuck. Two. Here comes the rain. You may be able to hear it. When it rains, it rains. When it rains, it pours, like the salt commercial says. Okay, a little piece hanging over here. A little piece still hanging over here. Okay, Now line up the bottom, follow it up the side. Nope. Line up the bottom, follow it up the side. One more. Line up the bottom and follow it up the side. Okay, now the next one I have a mat for the middle, and it's a plain pink mat. But I'm not going to put that on yet. I'm going to do some stamping, and then we'll put it on as a completed piece, okay? So I have, these are cut at 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. And remember, these were 1 3/4 by 5. Then I have some white pieces, and these are cut at 3 1/2 by 2 1/2. And these are the ones we're going to stamp on. Now I have this little bouquet of flowers. It's a Stampin' Up! Stamp from 2001. And I'm going to use that to stamp on my card. And I'm stamping quite a bit up to the top. And while I'm stamping, I might as well stamp the thank you sentiment, so I will get that out. This is also a Stampin' Up! Stamp, and this is from 2006, I think. We'll see. Okay, now I'm going to put that down towards the bottom. One more. And I'm using Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and that's because I'm going to color these with my alcohol markers, and I don't want them to run all over the place. Okay, on to the coloring. Now they're very small, so there's not a whole lot of room for shading and such, but I'm going to try to do just a little bit with a couple of shades of pink. As you can see, there's an inside and an outside here. All of those together. Is it fun to watch somebody color? But these don't take too long to do. And they're really, any kind of a little stamp, and you see with the size of this, it's only 2 1/2 by 3 1/2. It can't be too big. And this is really quite generic. It's just a pretty little bunch of flowers. And one more. And I don't know what the lighting is looking like now, because with the thunderstorm that's going by, it's gotten quite dark. And so we're not getting any outside light. Now I have another color here. This is almost like a purple. Doesn't really have a name on it. But I'm just going to do the insides of these. And not with that one, I'm not. Hi everybody, Donna back again. Between the thunderstorm and the darkness outside my window, you couldn't see much, and the fact that my camera ran out, I had to stop for a few minutes, recharge, and here I am back again. So I took advantage of the time to finish the coloring, because I'm sure you've all seen coloring before. And these are the flowers after you've colored. I've completed two. I'm going to complete two more here with you. And so the next thing we needed to do was to add this piece to the pink mat, okay? And right now I'm going to use my art glitter glue. I love this stuff, and if you've been watching my videos the last few days, you know I'm really milking this bottle, and by golly, it is still giving me glue. I don't know how, there's not a whole lot left in it. So anyway, so we're going to put this onto this pink mat. We'll do the other one at the same time. Okay, pretty. And then we have a piece of pink ribbon that we will just tie, and this is why we separated the flowers from the thank you. Just tie a little piece around here. Okay, and we'll just trim these off. Oh, I'm really upset that these scissors are not as sharp as they should be. My fault, I obviously cut with something I shouldn't. Okay, we'll put the ribbon around the other one. Hello, my fingers don't want to work. Oh dear. Okay. Oh dear, now I have to see if I can get a pair of scissors that will do that better. You can't leave it like that. These are good. I'll get it. I'll get it. Got it. All right, there we go. So now we're just going to add these to the cards. And there you go. 4 nice thank you cards. Okay. Now, you remember in the beginning of the film we made a little packet to put them in. However, I gave you the wrong measurements. And when I went to try it, they didn't fit. I told you to cut the paper to 8 inches, but you need to cut it to 8.5 inches. Okay, so now I only have this one piece of paper and my packet is too small. What do we do? Well, you know in paper crafting there are no mistakes. There's just redesign. So what I did is I took plain cardstock and created the pocket, cutting it to the right size this time, and then used the paper that we had before just to cut it apart and decorate it. And so now I have a cute little book. I actually like it better. It's got a little more to it. These are some Martha Stewart flowers that I got on a clearance, and I just put another one of the thank yous on the front. It's because it showed what was in the package. And what I have in here are the envelopes, and the cards go right in here. Now the two that are on the top that you can see, don't know if you can see, but I put Wink of Stella on there. And so now we just fold this up. Now if you wanted to, you could put this ribbon underneath that paper that is here. But I kind of liked it across the top. So we're just going to tie a bow. And using these horrendous scissors, cut this off, but nice sharp ones. And I'll fiddle with the bow a little later. Got to open it up and whatever. Let's see. Okay, so there's a cute little package that is packed up thank you notes. You have 4 thank you notes with the coordinating envelopes. And again, I told you you could do it with others. Here's some that I made that said hello. And in these I did a butterfly that was just embossed. Came out really pretty. And I had another set of thank yous, but they're the same as these. So this is a new project. Try it out. I think you'll enjoy it. Again, cut your paper for your folder to 8.5, and you will score it at 2.5, which gives you a full 6 inches here, and everything fits just perfect. I like the idea of using the plain cardstock, actually, using that same design of paper to create some decorations. Well, thanks for stopping by. Tomorrow I'm going to do one more thank you card, but I think what I'm going to do is straight off the Cricut, make it now. Maybe we'll customize it a little bit. We haven't used the Cricut in a bit, and so we'll do one of those. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.